AMD's RX 9070 XT, I just have to simply say, is amazing. If that's all you're looking for and you're thinking about doing a PC build, please don't hold back. I have the excellent card down in the description box down below if you are interested in it. But if you want to know more than why this card is just excellent, then stay tuned because I have so much to share with you, especially when it comes to the benchmarks. Now, this video is not only going to highlight the benchmarks when it comes to the PC build that we just had just last week, and it was way less than a RTX 5090. So you certainly don't have to enjoy top of the edge gaming, especially if you don't have a budget for a RTX 5090. It's 100% not necessary, and you'll find out when I share those benchmark numbers with the FanBam. Now, moving on, how was the PC build? Before we continue, I have to say, I want to share this with you guys. Where did that disappear to? Everything just disappears in it. Where'd it go? Found it. Nothing ever wants to stay put. And what I want to mention is that there's only 2 days left for the free giveaway. If you haven't joined already, it's for a Samsung 990 Pro, and it does come with the heatsink. You can install it inside of a PS5 if you choose to, because it does have the heatsink with it. If you want to install it in your PC, you don't have to install it with the heatsink. Now, the giveaway link is also down in the description box down below. And make sure to join because it is a big thank you to the FanBam who is part of this channel and to make this possible. Now, let's move on to the next subject over here, which is the most important part. Exactly, how was the PC build? Now, first, I do have to mention, if you are interested in any of the hardware that I do mention, please go down in the description box down below, as I will also have it listed, or if you just are curious what type of hardware that I've used. What I want to talk about is the Montech case first. It is the Montech Air 3. It was only $75 at Micro Center. You could certainly pick it up at Micro Center if you have one near you, but if you don't, that's okay. We have Amazon, a new way to fulfill your needs, and more than likely it's going to be in the same price range. Why I recommend it is because it is not an expensive case. It's a beautiful case, and it comes with the full air filters that you need in order to clean out the PC case if you want to. It does provide USB-C, and it does have a reset button, and you can even change the RGBs. Best part, it comes with the RGB module, so you can change it through the top of your case, or you can personally choose to change it out inside of your PC if you would like to, meaning inside the software, such as we used ASUS Armory Crate. You can also adjust the RGBs that way. Another reason why I have to recommend this case is because it comes with 320mm fans, and it comes with one 140mm fan. It comes with all the necessary equipment in order to install any type of ATX board that you would like besides MATX. And it is an excellent fitment, especially if you're looking for decent airflow. I recommend that case. It's a great case to go off of. The next one I have to mention is ASUS's B850 Gaming Plus Wi-Fi motherboard. Thanks to ASUS for providing us the motherboard, you can get as low as 200 USD. The best part about this motherboard, it does feature Wi-Fi 7. It is a AM5 board, so you could choose to put even a 9800X3D, or you could even put a 9950X3D if you want to use it as more of a workstation load. It has PCI Express 5x16. It also has 3 NVMe slots. You can use up PCI Express 5 in one of the lanes. It will not split the power from the X16 lane, which is a great feature. The Q release, if you're curious about it, it is not the newer Q releases that they use on the X870E boards, but it still is somewhat a Q release because there is a latch to actually release your graphics card. It is not a buttonless feature if that is what your concern is. It does feature Wi-Fi 7. It does have USB-C on the motherboard, and is certainly a great way to start off a gaming, even a streaming or even a productivity build, especially if you don't have a large budget. Now, the processor that we chose to use was AMD's 9600X. It has 6 cores and 12 threads. Sure, it doesn't sound a lot, but it is an excellent processor for the build because, again, we didn't want to spend a ton of money on this build. We only bought it for $220. You can certainly get it from Newegg or Amazon for that great deal. And already it's sounding pretty good, right? It doesn't sound expensive at all. In fact, we're still well under $1,000 even, which is a great start when building a PC. And you want to game and you want to enjoy it, you don't have to go for the full 9800 X3D. It is certainly nice to have it, but it is more than double the price if you don't have the budget for it. What we decided to use was a Crucial P3 Plus SSD. It's an NVMe, that's PCI Express 4. We only bought it for $62 at Micro Center. You don't have to worry about getting PCI Express 5 when it comes to SSDs because we are not going to utilize their speeds, especially for gaming. Eventually, Microsoft Direct Storage will take advantage of it, but at its current date, it's kind of pointless to have it. You can always choose to upgrade your SSD in the near future. The RAM we decided to go with was Corsair's DDR5. It is the 6000 megahertz and up to 32 gigabytes of RAM. It is only CL36, so it has a bit of latency, but we were looking for more of a fair price, which was at $92. A great deal to purchase. It's under $100, so why not purchase it? If you want to be more budget conscious, it's certainly the best way to go. And again, it's another component you could always choose to upgrade later. You don't have to get all the best components if you don't want to spend the money, especially nowadays. One of the most important components when it comes to your PC build, especially when it comes to gaming, you want to keep your CPU cool. You want to get a nice CPU cooler. What we have from ASUS, thanks to ASUS, we got the LC360 LCD CPU cooler. It's for a great deal. You can certainly get it for as low even as up to $110, but that's for without the LCD. It's a full 360 millimeter cooler. It's AIO, and so it's closed looped. You don't have to worry about changing out any type of cooling or anything like that with these, which will keep your CPU nice and cool. The number one most critical component that you should have when it comes to your PC build is going to be the GPU. We chose the RX 9070 XT. We weren't too sure on which one we were going to get. Luckily, we got the Sapphire Nitro Plus. It does have a 12 volt high power port, and it does have a optional ARGB you can choose to plug in. Best part, they're hidden ports. It gives it such a clean look if you have this GPU. It's a 3.04 gigahertz when it comes to boost clock. Game clock's about 2.7 gigahertz. It's priced at $770. Will certainly excite everybody out there who is just joining into the world of PC gaming, or who is thinking from switching from NVIDIA to AMD, because NVIDIA has certainly been ridiculous, especially now. Another important component, this is easily the overlooked hardware when it comes to PC building, and that's going to be the PSU. PSU is Seasonic's PX1000. It is their 80 plus platinum power supply. If you're at 90% system load, you'll be at 95% efficient. If you're at the full 100% load of the PSU, you'll be at 90% power efficiency. So meaning you'll save a ton on your electric bill. It's a little bit more of the costlier parts, as this PSU costed up to $249.99 USD. But even though we paid a little bit more of a price for the PSU, you will certainly see the savings when it comes to your electric bill. I'll tell you right now, if any of these prices look different from what I am saying, they will vary and change due to the upcoming tariffs, especially in the US. All the PC parts that I mentioned today, that was all chosen mostly on the live stream. If you are not familiar with my live streams, they are at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Wednesdays, and on Saturdays, they are typically from 8 to 10 a.m. or they might be 10 to 12 a.m. Not a.m., I meant 12 p.m. Make sure to join in on the live streams. They're a lot of fun. Everybody interacts. We all talk about PC hardware. But this PC build was not only chosen by the FanBam, it was also built by the FanBam. This is certainly quite the beast that everyone chose up. And the best part was this PC build totaled at $1,820 USD. So it's well under the $2,000 mark of the RTX 5090, I know a lot of you out there might even say it's not even $2,000 anymore. It's more like $3,000 to $3,500, and I agree with you. But the point is, you can certainly build a PC for well under a RTX 5090. Now, one thing I do have to say, the only negatives that I found about the PC build, when you do have a AMD RX 9070, the only complaint I do have when it comes to Sapphire's Nitro Plus is the coil whine. It does have a little bit of a coil whine, especially when you are in PC gaming. That is my only complaint. But the benchmarks may impress you to the point where you might not even mind it. Let me just share with you. First, I gotta apologize about the presentation. Usually I have a nice flashy chart, but unfortunately due to timing, I did not have time to schedule that. But I can say I can share at least the benchmarks with you on the spreadsheet to show you what they look like. With 9070 XT with just Expo 1 and PBO without ray tracing, Tomb Raider reached about 181. Cyberpunk 2077 in overdrive mode without ray tracing is 143.95 Call of Duty, and you pretty much get the gist of it. Now, pay close attention to these numbers as I will move on to the next. I apologize for this slideshow format. It's 181 to 117 to Tomb Raider when it comes to ray tracing. Then you have 136, which ignore that. There's no ray tracing available for Call of Duty, and it's not a setting you really mess with, but I'm not going to go too deep in it. Metro Exodus is 84.8 without ray tracing, with which I'll get you momentarily, and I'll explain what the orange is, but you pretty much get the gist of it. With ray tracing, this is what you can expect. Without ray tracing, you can expect these numbers. And I'm going to explain the numbers in orange. This is all going to be with frame generation, 145 frames per second when it comes to Cyberpunk 2077, 165.84. Now that's not really a right number. I think I wrote that by mistake. I apologize for that, but I promise it'll get a lot more accurate once we get a little bit further. 181 frames in Black Myth Wukong without ray tracing, and with ray tracing we're getting about 42. And then when it comes to Monster Hunter's Wilds, 172.66 with ray tracing. Oh, I'm sorry, not without ray tracing. And with ray tracing, 151.22. Now, I'm more excited to show you the next step. Now, this is more focused on overclocking the Sapphire Nitro Plus 9070 XT, which is fairly impressive. Now, the Tomb Raider gets 181 frames per second without ray tracing. Now, this is all without ray tracing numbers again. Now, Cyberpunk, we pushed it a bit further at 140.93. And of course, as you guessed it, with field generation at 270.68. Call of Duty 154. With frame generation 185. Metro Exodus 89. Hitman 256. Black Myth Wukong 101. Monster Hunter Wilds 100.86. And with frame generation even up to 178.52, we see quite the improvement in 3D Mark. Now with Tomb Raider, you can expect up to 120 frames with ray tracing. Cyberpunk got 87.75 with ray tracing. Metro Exodus got 71.85. Hitman got 79.53. Black Myth Wukong still pretty low at 28. Monster Hunter's Wilds at 92.95. And again, wait till you see the frame generation numbers. Now with frame generation, you can expect 172.33 with Cyberpunk with ray tracing. Black Myth Wukong got up to 44 compared to its lowly 41 earlier. And Monster Hunter's Wilds from 92.95 to 153.06. Now this is with a very stable overclock. What I did was with the max frequency offset, I set it to 125. With the voltage offset, I set it to -20. And with the max frequency, when it comes to the clock speed, up to 2750. And I was able to push the power limit up to 10%. Fam bam guys, I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in any of the hardware shared, make sure you go down in the description box down below. Also, if you know anybody else who is into PC hardware and tech, make sure you share this video with them. And if you're not part of the big wonderful fan band, make sure you go down and hit the subscribe button for more. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Make sure to follow my X handle right here, as it is the same as my TikTok and IG as well. And the new Discord channel, we finally hit up to 50 members. I am so stoked about it. Please join the giveaway if you haven't already, which is the 990 Pro. And also there will be some merch given away as well. Thank you guys again so much for watching. This is Chris Mizo signing out.